Welcome to Feel Resilient, where we're helping people to know who to trust with their health, their liberty, their sustainability, and their spirituality. I'm Dr. Steve Waddell. And in the last video, I talked about the definition of what it means to be resilient or to feel resilient. The definition of resilient means to be able to withstand difficult circumstances, and then secondly, to bounce back from these difficult circumstances. So if you recall the image I showed you on the last video about this woman who is now walking into this storm. And again, we talked about how difficulties are sometimes surprises, sometimes difficulties are known. And I was telling you about my story about being diagnosed with kidney failure and having 6 months to live and all this kind of thing, which will be part of my story going forward that'll help you understand. But it's not about me, it's about you know you and the difficulties that you have faced, things that were surprises to you, and then maybe now they became known, or it was known and you were literally like that image, walking like this woman walking into the storm, knowing that that's where you're heading. And then how do you feel resilient in those storms? Again, the symbol of the umbrella. So you're walking in and you have this level of protection from the umbrella as you walk into that storm. And I think the more you're prepared, the more you're prepared, then of course the better you're going to feel as you go into these storms that we face, often, sometimes day in, day out, sometimes week in, week out, month in, year in, year out, etc. I've got a new image I want to show you today, and that is because I don't want to leave you just with the idea of walking into the storm. So let me pull this image up for you. I like this image because then what it exemplifies is this young lady is obviously, it's been raining, there's been a storm, she's walked through it, and now she's out the other side. And again, if you think about the definition of feeling resilient, again, the definition of resilient means that you have the ability to withstand those difficult circumstances. But then, secondly, not to just be left in those difficult circumstances, but then to bounce back from those difficult circumstances. And again, I like this image because she's obviously, by the look on her face, smile, that she's actually come out the other side, and now she is bouncing back from the difficulty that she has faced, the storm that she has faced. So again, thinking about you and the circumstances you might find yourself in, and the level of resilience that you feel, the protection of that umbrella as you're facing the storm, but then getting you on the other side so that you are able to bounce back from those difficult circumstances, and to be able to come to a place where you have more of this, this joy and ease coming out the other side. The first image walking into the storm, and now this image bouncing back from the storm. That's what feel resilient is all about. That's what being resilient means. That's what feeling resilient is all about. That's what resilient means. We'll look forward to seeing you again on the next video.